Hi, my name is Amanda Whitney, and today we will be discussing characters in escape rooms. When I think back to all of my favorite escape rooms, I can always vividly remember things like if it had a detailed set that made me feel more immersed into a world, or my thrilling hero moment when I solved a puzzle and helped my team get to the end of the game. But if you were to ask me how often I remembered a character in an escape room, I can actually probably count on a single hand how often I felt attached to a character. It's a shame because characters are integral to good storytelling, and yet when we consider escape room characters, there's barely anything there. They're one-dimensional, and we often forget them the moment that we finish the game. Part of that is because escape rooms are still in their infancy and we're still figuring things out, but even in their infancy, there is a lot of room for opportunity to make memorable and interesting characters. So how do you go about doing that? Before we get to escape rooms specifically, there are a few basics we should go over first. First of all, what even is a character? And I figured the best way to demonstrate this is with an actual character. So, today, that character is ERROL.
Hi.
This is ERROL.
My name is ERROL.
Yes, I told him this.
I'm in a video.
Yes, you are. And for today, you are going to be our character demonstration.
Oh, I'm a character.
Yes.
Do I need to put on a voice? I'm a character, voice character.
You know what, just you be you.
Hello.
That's all you need to be. You know, no.
Monster ERROL.
Okay. No matter what character you're creating, whatever medium it is, there are a few key questions that you need to ask. The first question is, what does that character want? What is their main goal? What is their drive, their motivation, and what are they willing to do to get it? So, ERROL.
Hi.
Hi. ERROL.
I'm in a video.
Yes, you are.
Oh, I have a character.
Okay, yes.
Hello.
I have a question for you.
Mm.
So what do you, ERROL, want?
Now?
Yes.
I want some eggs. Do you have any eggs?
Eggs.
I'm hungry.
You want eggs?
I always want eggs. I had 3 this morning when they always said that you shouldn't have too many eggs, but I want more.
Okay, well, I was thinking a little bit higher level than that, like...
I want eggs!
No, no, no.
Or maybe higher level eggs, like 16.
No.
16 eggs!
No. What I was thinking more along the lines of, like take Disney movies, for example, right? Like Aladdin. Aladdin wants to attain riches and fame in order to achieve happiness.
I saw Aladdin in the theaters like 4 times because I really liked it. It was really cool. I couldn't pronounce Shahrazadi for the life of me, though.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. You want eggs. ERROL wants eggs. The next question you should consider is, what does that character need? So this is the actual emotional arc of the character, and it's their true journey. So ERROL, what do you need?
Eggs.
Still eggs?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
I can't?
No.
Why can't I have eggs?
Well, okay, so...
Wow.
Well, okay, hang on.
You're like pressuring
No.
me.
Like,
you can't have eggs.
So the need usually runs counter to the want. So, like, if you take Aladdin again, for instance.
Aladdin wants eggs, too.
No, he wants the riches and the fame and the girl and whatever. But what he needs to realize is that he has to be true to himself to really be happy. Right?
So I'm not true to myself if I want eggs? I like eggs.
Okay, fine. You want eggs, you need eggs. What are you willing to do to get those eggs?
Go to the fridge and cook them?
Well, you could.
Ah,
but what
thank you.
if... Wait, but what if...
What if?
What if the fridge was locked for some reason?
There's no lock on your fridge.
Well,
only escape
just
rooms
imagine
do that.
Well,
Never seen a lock on a fridge.
but if there was...
Unless it's like back in the olden days and it had a... And then you get... You know, I always wondered, what happens if you get stuck in the freezer? Why can't you just push it up? Unless, of course, the freezer rolls over.
But if there was a lock on the fridge, that would represent ERROL's first obstacle as a character.
Why
that he
is
has to
there
get past.
on the fridge?
In escape rooms, these are puzzles. They're very natural.
That's a very inefficient way to do cooking.
Look, pretend the fridge is locked. Whatever, go make eggs. Okay. The last thing that you need to consider is how a character is going to change by the end of your story. Are they even going to change at all? And if they do, is it for better or for worse? Obviously, we don't know the end of ERROL's egg arc yet, but don't worry, we'll get there. No matter what medium you're using, the basic definition of a character does not change. Someone wants something and they need to overcome obstacles to get it. So, how do you actually go about portraying this in an escape room? When it comes to games, there are two basic types of characters. The first are your player characters. Actually, they're your main characters, and they are the ones you have the least control over. They're going to come into your game with their own built-in wants and desires. They have their own backstories, and you have absolutely no control over that. For instance, I want to win the game. I want to impress my friends. Or if you're ERROL, I want eggs.
What, you want eggs too? I can make you one. So, where are the eggs? Why are there two? Oh, there's eggs here. How come you have two fridges?
These motivations are never within your control. However, the control you do have is for their in-game goals. These are the goals and motivations that you provide the players when they're entering your room, and they are what the players expect. I want to escape. I want to find the treasure. I want to solve a crime. You can also give players a role that is related to their goal, but remember, keep it simple. Dumb teen, archaeologist, detective. They don't need a backstory. They don't need a new personality. They come with one of their own. The majority of players are not comfortable with advanced roleplay in games, so invite them to immerse themselves into your world, but don't force them. Remember, this is their game. They are going to want to experience it their own way. Luckily, we have complete control over the non-player characters, also known as NPCs. These are portrayed in a variety of ways in escape rooms. First, there's the present NPC. These are NPCs who are in the room with you or interacting live with you. They could be portrayed in any way. First, there's a live actor, for instance. What's wrong?
Why is it so hard to find eggs in your house?
The benefit of actors is that, well, they're right there with you, and or not. I mean, ideally they're there in the room with you, but when they are, they can portray a lot of backstory just through their emotions and their actions rather than their words. The downside being that they're kind of pricey. So if you can't afford actors, then you can also use your GM as to portray a character. They may be a little less effective, but they are cheaper, and you'd have to ensure that you would hire a GM that is comfortable with taking on a role in your escape room.
I like actors. Are we talking about actors in a room? I like actors.
Yes.
They're fun.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
I can't find any eggs.
Hints are also a good way to portray a character. Hints are often done live in a room, and if you're using something like a radio or a text messaging system, then why not have a character send those messages rather than just a GM or rather than a straight computerized system?
Oh! Ah! Here they are. We got like a ton of eggs.
I'm proud of you. Having somebody in the room with you can be a really great way to increase immersion and player engagement, but there are a few key things to keep in mind. For one, if you're ERROL, like you said.
Look how small this pot is. What do you, I guess you could cook one egg in this. Seems like.
For one, your players might want to troll your actor somehow in the room.
I don't troll them. I just like to see them laugh.
You also might have the opposite problem in which players might not be comfortable with socializing with a stranger in the room. So whoever you decide to hire, actor or GM, you really need to make sure they'll be able to adapt to different player comfort levels. And that they can survive ERROL. You also need to be kind of wary of your interactions. Players may interpret a fun bit of backstory as a clue to a puzzle. You okay over there?
Can't find any pots.
Okay, yeah. So again, whoever you hire, if they're caught in that situation, the NPC should make sure they're able to fix that mistake so that players don't go down rabbit holes.
Why is it so hard to find things in your house?
On
Do you have any
yourself.
pots? This is why you don't have any pots in your kitchen, because you keep it here while you're recording? What? Is it because you record for very long times and you might need a pot?
Go make your eggs. But let's say you don't want an NPC to actually be present in the room. there are still a lot of ways that you can portray a character without the NPC actually having to be there. For one, there's audio recordings. Oh, hang on, I think ERROL's messaging me. Hold on.
Hey, Valentine's, in case you want to know, the pot is filling with water now. Yeah?
That was clearly important information. You could also do pre-recorded videos of an actor.
The first step to cooking eggs is to boil the water. I don't know why I'm sitting here waiting for it, though.
Okay. Whatever. Again, very revealing information. Documentation is also important. Not just journals, but newspapers, notes that characters leave each other. Good. Great. And of course, there's the actual belongings of a character. They can reveal a lot about them. For instance, let's take ERROL in. You might have noticed that he was wearing a Totoro shirt.
I always wear a Totoro shirt. Why? Did you need, like, props? See, this is a Totoro shirt.
Yeah.
And,
like,
you need this?
No.
Look. I'll put
That's
this
my
here.
stuff.
Look. This is a Totoro
Nice. Yeah,
wearing an ERROL shirt.
Wow, that's pretty narcissistic, man. Yeah.
Look at this. This is fun. It's like a Russian Totoro doll. I could put eggs in here.
You could. Why don't you go make your eggs then?
Oh.
Yeah. You
Just
get
want to
it?
make sure that it's in the camera.
Non-player characters most times are completely under your control. Non-player characters are where you can go to town on a character's backstory, on their personality, put as much detail in there as you want to. Your players are about to spend an hour with this person. They should want to. They should find that character interesting and fleshed out. They should seem like a real person.
I'm real?
Yes, you
Oh, wait,
are.
was I supposed to be like a real monster?
No.
Wait, why didn't I get a backstory? If I'm a
I
character,
didn't really
I
think
deserve to have a
I
backstory.
didn't really
An
think-
origin story, because I'm like a superhero backstory character.
No, I didn't think
Can
we
I
really...
give my backstory?
I...
I think that's what this video needs, is a backstory of the character. It all started a long time ago. It just looks like a rectangle, that's what it is. Look, I have eggs now! Color
I
of
think
magic.
we have enough.
I haven't gotten to my backstory yet.
Well, we'll do it later. I promise.
Can I eat these?
Why don't you go and finish cooking them first?
Oh, what? Didn't I cook them yet?
No.
Oh.
All of that brought up an important point. Editing. It's your friend. First, be concise. Yes, it's important to put a lot of detailed work into your character's backstory and personality and motivations, but when it comes to the actual escape game, players really should only be seeing the tip of the iceberg. Remember, they only have an hour. The last thing they need is an information overload. I will fully admit it is tempting to want to include absolutely everything that you wrote out into your game, but it will only bog down the game. It will not improve it. Second, be consistent. We have all experienced novels, movies, television shows, video games, whatever, in which a character makes a choice that is opposite to everything we have learned about them so far. This is because they lack consistency, and it's so important that when you create a character, they remain consistent. If a character changes, it should be a natural result of the arc they are on. Or even if they change, they still have the core of the character that will always remain constant. And finally, remember to have a payoff. If you introduce any element, any character into your story, they have to be used by the end of that story, or they have to have their arc resolved by the end of that story. This is also known as Chekhov's gun.
Is that a Star Trek reference?
No.
Like, the original series?
No.
Look, my eggs are done.
it's
Why are we
Russian-
talking about Star Trek?
No,
Russians.
Russian playwright, Chekhov. Anton
Chekhov.
Chekhov, yes.
His first name was Anton?
Yeah.
No, I don't think Chekhov's first name was Anton. Oh, I got eggs, by the way.
So Errol has his eggs. Payoff, correct?
No, I don't have salt. Where's the salt?
Okay.
Oh, it's like so much salt. Don't you have a salt shaker?
No, I'm a bachelor. So Errol, you went through a journey to get your eggs.
Ow!
How have you changed other than a headache?
Oh, I have eggs now.
That's it? That's
Yeah.
all you got?
The first state of ERROL was no eggs, and the new state of ERROL is with eggs.
I guess that's a change, in a way. Remember, your character doesn't always have to change by the end of your story. It tends to make for more interesting storytelling, but it's not entirely necessary. Especially if it's Errol. Okay, why don't you go make more eggs or something like that. Thank you, Errol, for joining. Okay, a few final thoughts. When you're creating your character, give them a personality. People are interesting. It doesn't matter if you have a two-dimensional character or even just a one-dimensional character. If they have an interesting personality, they will be memorable. Show the tip of the iceberg. You're going to put a ton of work into your character that players are never going to see. That does not mean your work is pointless. Quite the opposite. But you want to avoid an information overload. Mind the medium. Escape rooms are not novels. They are not movies. They are not video games. They are not television shows. They are their own unique medium. Use that medium to your advantage. There are certain things that escape rooms can do that video games and movies could never do. One of those is having people right in the room, having an adventure. Another is live interaction. That is simply something you cannot get from other mediums. Finally, just have fun. Experiment. We are in such an amazing time right now in which escape rooms are still new and we can still discover what they have to show us. I finally started seeing escape rooms try things out with characters that I'd never seen before, and that can only get better. So when you make your characters, make them interesting, give them a personality, make them fun, make them tragic, have them confront a big, tough topic, because experimenting can only make things better from here on out. Just don't use ERROL. Just don't. It's a mistake. ERROL should never be a character in your escape room. Thank you everyone for joining me here today. I really can't wait to see what we come up with in the next few years.
Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Lisa. And we're from RoomEscapeArtist.com, the hosts of Recon, the Reality Escape Convention.
This was one of 15 talks that we put on at Recon Global this year, a digital convention for the escape room and immersive gaming industries, for players and for owners and everyone in between. They gathered on August 23rd and 24th of 2020.
We're releasing all 15 of these talks about once a week over the coming months so that they'll be accessible to you. To find them, you subscribe here to the Room Escape Artist YouTube channel. And if you're interested in more information about Recon, go to realityescapecon.com and subscribe to the newsletter.
We put on Recon completely for free because we didn't want there to be financial barriers. We are, however, supported by our Patreons, and so we're thankful to those who are already supporting us. And if you have the ability to support us right now, and you want to, and you like what we're doing, we would really appreciate it. People who back us get early access to these videos along with a whole bunch of other perks.
That is the Room Escape Artist Patreon page. And if you're enjoying these videos and this industry, please support the creators in the space. Play their games in person or virtually. They're doing so many innovative things right now, and we hope that you'll enjoy those.
Thank you very much. We'll see you on the next video.